Hi, this is Mike, and we're looking at the small degree price action for Bitcoin. So, yesterday I posted an update just after this crash happened, indicating what my thoughts were. And now I'm just going to share a little bit more info um, and also some trading ideas because, as I mentioned, I was working through finalizing a partnering with a crypto exchange. And yeah, it just takes a lot of paperwork and other things that I need to change on my end. So now that that's all done, I'm working and thinking in terms of being a copy trader, a scalper, and a visionary in terms of the long-term pattern. So in my last idea, I talked about the bigger picture, but even if we are trading in sections, there are certain waves that I can understand how they work. So therefore, it doesn't matter just how large the idea can be when you're dealing at small degree. You still need to understand what's going on within a small correction. Now, in the grand scheme of things, this is a small correction. So from the highs, I see wave one, weak wave one. I see A, and I see a B just completed or in the process of completing now. And I'll explain what's going on at the lows shortly. You can see that I've labeled it up as almost complete. And I just also want to show you this measurement of wave A and how it's perfect in length to wave C of the wave B, right? So that is what I'm seeing there. I don't think there's any more downside after this bottoms out, and I'll explain why in a second. There are certain moves that occur at certain times that give clues. So that choppy correction was definitely something I've taken into consideration for future wave identification. In terms of trying to trade up wave C, how would we get into that move is something that is interesting to myself due to, wave C's typically being pretty sharp, similar to the wave C we saw here. As I've mentioned before, waves correct in 5 waves also, markets move in 5 waves, right? 5 wave moves, and same in a correction. So the third wave in a correction is also a C wave. So that's why C wave is usually sharp and wave 3 usually sharp. So I draw those type of correlations with patterns that are corrective versus impulsive. So interestingly, that's how I see it. Now, going down to 5 minute, right? This is a 1, 2, sharp 2 alternation with 4 sideways 4, right? Shallow wave 4. So I've been seeing this pattern quite a bit actually at the lows when a market moves pretty sharp. You get the completion of the 5 wave move portion of wave 3, right? So I see 1, 2 around here completed, and then I see 3 first, and then 5 the longest. So at the lows, I'll go to the 1 minute chart to show you how beautiful this pattern is sideways. So here we can see the first bounce was in A, B, C wave came back up to here. Then we had a D and an E pattern. Okay, price will not go, if this is right, price will not go above this line until we make a new low, right? So you can target, oops, you can target just above the low if you want, but I don't think it'll go above this line before it touches this line and makes a new low. It has to be beneath the previous wave 3 and any corrective patterns, right? So for me, this pattern here is a weak 5 wave move, which explains why it's taking yet even longer to happen. The wave E was confirmed finished when it broke the lows overnight. I was sleeping, and we saw straight away a 3 wave move, right? I believe we saw a sharp-ish kind of 2, and then we saw wave 3 zigzag, right? So wave 3 is longer than wave 1. So here it'll just be interesting to see how this finishes up in terms of the current move, which, by the way, wave 3 may have ended on this low here. These patterns are pretty choppy, so this could be a B, C, D, E, and then wave 3 here. So what we're seeing now is potentially just wave 4 chopping out quite a bit before we eventually see a move down in 3 waves to complete the process of that move down since the highs. Then at that point, basically, it'll be very interesting to see how the next move up is traded, given the sizable length of this area, sort of, I suppose, in terms of stop levels and things like that. So I suppose once this breaks the low, it comes back up to confirm a break of the start of wave 5. That there should be a confirmation that the move down is over, and then we should wait for a pullback for the first move, right? Wait for a setup that would indicate upside, and then take a trade according to those corrections complete. And as long as everything else has fallen into place, then we should probably see a move up for wave C. So we'll be ready for that one after this one completes. So that's how I see this unfolding at this present time. Just keeping an open mind on the current move being pretty slow to finish up due to, I don't know, I don't believe it fully, but weekends can be a little bit slower in terms of volume, but eventually that will have to happen to complete the process of the 5-wave move, which is similar in length for C as A, obviously a lot more sharper, but the resulting bounce should be very interesting for wave C in terms of strength, but it's just not allowed to go above this high to obviously not break any rules. But after that 5-wave move's complete, we'd be looking for another reversal, at which point, depending on how high wave C bounces, you may be able to use that top as a safety point for your stop level if you're going to short it. Obviously, you need to know how to detect the top of a 5-wave move, but I'll be covering it somewhat as well. So hopefully you found this video interesting and informative. Thank you for watching.